Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? Welcome back to Farming Simulator 19 here on Boulder Canyon. We are just about to go and get a little bit of sleep for the night, and then we can carry on with things in the morning. We've got our sheep over here. We really ought to clean them up a little bit now and then. We're not going to clean them up just now. We'll worry about that maybe in the morning after we've finished doing the fertilizer up in the field at the top. So we're going to get a little bit of sleep to start with. Right there. There we go. Sleep right through the night. We've got a little tiny bit of fertilizer left to finish doing, and then cultivating can carry on as well. Then we need to get our... we need to get our planter delivered back here. We can't plant in the rain, though. Right, that just goes without saying. We absolutely cannot go planting in the rain. So we've got a huge, great big pile of grass over there. The wool situation is getting a little bit desperate over here. All the rest of them are full apart from that one. It has been pointed out that keeping all of the eggs and not getting rid of any of them is not necessarily very realistic. It's somewhat less than realistic, and perhaps we didn't ought to be doing it quite like this. I do agree that it's not very realistic to leave all of the eggs until the very end, because they would go bad and they would just be a big stinking mess. However, that is one thing that I would like to try and do, just because I think it might be entertaining to be able to go and do that. Now, the other thing that we want to do is we want to carry on with this. So I'm going to start you up. I'm going to let you keep going like that. So we've got some fertilizer being put on the field here. And we will go across like that. We'll ignore the line bit. So he's going to keep going with the fertilizer there. We've got a little bit to do down over here. It shouldn't need fertilizer on the rest of the field. So he shouldn't make any difference to it. Now, you might do a little bit of cultivating in the rain if you were just like starting off, but it would be unusual to do very much in the rain. You can do a bit until it gets sort of too sticky and claggy, and it's like clogging up the cultivator. But you don't want to do too much. It's the sort of thing you got to play by ear, really. You do have to play that by ear a little bit. It'd probably be alright cultivating this, at least to start with. So we're going to take the chance, and we're going to cultivate this field, just finish this one off. But we're not actually going to do the planting until the rain is finished. We will at least wait until the rain is finished before we go and do the rest of the planting. That one over there is... Let's go back to that one a minute and just have a look, see how that one's doing. So he's doing fine with that bit. He's doing absolutely fine with that bit. And then there's a little tiny piece along here, a little tiny strip. I don't know if he's going to try and do that or not. He might end up trying to do that, because we've also got a little tiny bit over here. And I am going to want to come over here, get that bit, and then get that bit down there. But is he going to go along and try and get the little tiny strip that goes along here, or is it just going to say all finished? To be honest, I'm happy to let it go on and do that bit, if that's what he thinks he needs to do. It's not much of a strip. There is a little bit there. There is actually a little bit there that he's doing something with. Alright, well, we'll let that run. And then we've just got the little bit down over the other side to go and do once he's finished doing this. He's only going to go up to there, and then he will stop, I believe. Or at least I'm kind of hoping that he will, because otherwise it's a little bit of a waste. This is a bit of a waste anyway, but I did want to come up here, and we have got plenty of money, and we've got plenty of fertilizer as well. So for once, I'm willing to just kind of ignore any nonsensical nonsense idiocies that they're going to do, and we're going to come up round here like this and just go through that little bit right there. And now we want to head down the hill. There's a piece down here that I wanted to do, which I think is... where is it? It's right down over on this corner. So I want to come down over to here somewhere. Where are we? We're out over this side. If I just... there we go, look. I love the way that it sort of comes, like, it's uncovered by the fertilizer as you go over it. It's a bit like one of those secret paintings that you've got to go over with a bit of heat in order to be able to uncover. That's kind of what we're doing right now, is one of those secret paintings. I think we've got a little bit of a strip that goes along over to here, but it's not going to be much further than that. I think that's about as far as it goes. Yes, that is as far as it goes. And then all we got now is one little tiny bit over in the corner. We'll let the cultivator just keep working by itself. He's doing a great job. Complete faith in his abilities. We're going to, as soon as we've done this, we're going to skip over to the shop. And we're going to get the new machine and bring that one back. Just do that little bit right there. Over to that side, and yeah, I'm going to turn around. There's that tree stump right there that we don't want to be forgetting about. Absolutely don't want to forget that tree. Tell you what, I'm going to park this tractor on that tree stump purely so I don't forget, because otherwise I am going to forget, because I had forgotten about it until I just seen it then. So I'm going to park this tractor right beside that one. Right there like that. So that I do remember to come back to it, and we will deal with it. So you are busy cultivating that bit up. You're doing a wonderful job. I want to go to this one right here. We've got the machine there ready to roll. We're not going to need anything else back at the yard, I don't think. We've got this one. We've got everything else that we need already working. So I've literally just got to drag this one back to the farm. And then we are done. The only other thing I need to do is add in the money for the milk tanker that we wanted over here, which I did intend to do before this episode. $68,000, but I then forgot all about it. So I will hopefully remember to do that before next week. We will add $68,000. I tell you what, remind me in the comments section. That's probably the best bet, is remind me in the comments section, because when I'm reading through the comments, and trying to answer a couple, or at least putting the little heart acknowledgement on some of the comments, that is when I've got time to be doing a couple of little errands like that as well. And it's usually the time that I've completely forgotten all about it. So remind me in the comments section to add 68,000 into the XML, so that then the next time I open it up, I've got an extra 68 grand to buy that milk tanker that we can then go and use for doing our milk deliveries. So that we won't be doing our own milk deliveries. That will be the dairy coming along and gathering up the milk for us, exactly the same as we do with the grain. Alright, that trailer that is back in the yard, that's not ours. That's just the merchant coming along and collecting the stuff. We'll do exactly the same with the milk. And that will be either daily deliveries or every other day. I'm not quite sure what we're going to do yet. I do want to hear from you in the comment section. I think I said about that yesterday. Do it again today. Get in the comment section. It'll be as soon as we wake up. When we skip the night, the first thing we do when we wake up will be to do a milk delivery. And we will either do it every day, or we will do it every other day. So get into the comment section today as well. I said about it yesterday, but you do it again today. I think it was yesterday. It may have been the day before. I said about it before. Do you think that we should be having daily milk collections? Would you think we would get daily milk collections in a more remote area like this, or would it be every other day? Would we have second day milk collections? Some farms that produce quite a lot of milk are almost always daily collections. Others are every other day. It does also depend on the facilities of the farmer themselves. Some are given sort of a time scale in which they've got to implement additional tank storage on their own farm, so that they're then able to move to second day milk collection. Because that's what the dairies prefer. A lot of dairies prefer, especially for small farmers, is they collect every second day. It makes it easier for the dairy, because they're not having to run around quite so many stops every single day. It makes it a lot easier for them, and they'll very often they will provide a cash incentive for it depends on the dairy. Some of them just say, you're going to have your milk collected every other day. You deal with it however you want, sir. If your milk goes bad in the meantime, we don't care. Others are a little bit more particular, and they will offer a cash incentive, so they will give you an extra penny a litre, or half a penny a litre, or whatever it might be. Can we go this? No, we're not going to go and try and deliver up through there. We'll carry on up this way. they'll give a cash incentive to get the farmer to be more inclined to accept every other day milk collections, because it is a lot better for the dairy. They're saving money if they can do that. So what do you think we should be doing? Should we have every other day milk collection? In some countries, I'm assuming that there is every other day. Some countries, I'm assuming that you do daily milk collections, and then some will have a big mixture. It was almost unheard of. 20 years ago, it was pretty much unheard of to have every other day milk collection, and now, as I understand it, it's quite a common thing in this country to have every other day milk collection. So yeah, what should we be doing? Should we be doing milk collection every day, or should it be every other day? Get in the comment section, tell me your thoughts on that particular one, and also thoughts in general related to that, whether you think it's a good idea or a bad idea or an absolutely appalling idea. You get the idea. I want to hear what you think. I want to hear all about what you think about it. Right, I'm going to stop you right there a second, and then we're going to go from you. You're going to stay there. Actually, I'm just going to back you up a little tiny bit so that you're just away from that stump, because I'll get the stump grinder on the other machine. You know what? No, I don't need to. I'm going to take this one down here. I'm just going to make sure that the fertilizer... We will clean off the fertilizer spinner, and we will repair it. We'll put it away in the shed. Then we will put the stump grinder on, and we will grind away that one stump using this tractor. The other tractor has now finished its job over there, so we could go and do some other stumps. I'm not going to worry about that at the moment, no. I just want to get this one done, because otherwise I am going to forget all about it. So we'll clean you off, just like that. I'm not going to worry about cleaning the tractor just yet. I don't think I really need to either. And we'll run this one round. We will do some repair work on it as well. I don't know how much repair work the fertilizer spinner actually needs. May not need very much. Round over this side. There we go. And we'll repair the tractor a little bit. There, $36 worth. Not a great deal needed for repairs, but just a little bit. And then I will bring you over here. I'm going to put you... Oh, no, I shouldn't need this one again. We've already spread one load of fertilizer on this field, and then with the seed drill, the planter having the ability to go and put fertilizer on the field as well, that should be all the fertilizer that we need. We shouldn't need any more than that. So you come round here. I will have to pull the fertilizer spinner out again out of the way so that I can get the the sprayer out, but I'm not going to worry about that for a second. We'll just leave that one there, and we'll deal with the sprayer and stuff in a bit. Next, we want to go and get that stump grinder. That one's just over here. Let's get that one, grind away that stump. Then I can go and get the other tractor, and we can just get the last couple of little spots in the yard, not in the yard, in the fields down there that are messing everything up. And after that, I'm not really 100% sure what we're going to do. One thing that I do know is that we're not going to plant. I'm thinking maybe we won't plant today. We won't plant during the rain. I think what we'll do is we'll fast forward time a little bit faster than normal, and so we'll get through it just a little bit quicker. I could always go and load up a bit of timber at the same time. We've got quite a bit of timber on the ground, so we could make use of that a little bit. Right, there's that stump gone. It's nice and quick and easy. We just make use of the kind of the time a little bit, and we gather up a load of that timber, take that over to the what do you call over there, and deal with that. We also have the sheep that we want to tidy up and clean. We could do cleaning the chickens up a little bit. We've got a lot of odd jobs that we want to do. So I want to get over to you a second. Now, is it worth me just going around and cleaning up a couple of these little spots? The more I drive on this field, the worse it's going to be for us, because it's very, very muddy, and we don't want to be spreading this mud everywhere. That's an absolute definite. Bring you around here and through there, and then another bit. See, this is no, I can't go around and just do this to the entire field. I'm going to be here forever, so I'm going to, as much as it pains me, I'm going to leave those spots. I'm not going to do anything to them. I'm just going to leave them. Not going to get involved. Absolutely not going to get involved. That planter can stay there on the truck for a minute. The tractor can just stop right there for a minute. What am I going to do? Right. Prices. How are we doing on prices? 630 for oats. That's gone way down. We need that to come up a bit. I thought we did reach 1,000. Maybe I got that wrong. Maybe we didn't reach 1,000. Wool is 1,079. It's not going any higher, but 1,079 is a very nice price. So the next thing we will do is we will sell the 6 pallets of wool that we've got there and then bring those back round and dump them back again. So while we're selling those, I'll put the timescale down to 1 time speed so that we can get those loaded up, sold and back before we get any of the small bits of pallet turning up there, because I really don't want those turning up there. It's a shame you can't pause time just temporarily while you do things like this. And we want to go round bales, mission pallets, egg boxes, cotton modules, pallets, like that. Turn on work mode. I want to just gather 6 pallets, like that. It's close enough. There, we unload onto the trailer. We strap them down like that. We run them round to the sell point, and we sell. We are over $1,000 per 1,000 litres. And we have got on here almost 60,000 litres. So we're going to get around about 60 grand. All things considered on this. Let's just stop right there and then do that. Now we can start moving. If I do that while I'm moving, it doesn't like it. Really, really doesn't like it at all. Look at all the money. $62,000 for that little tiny bit of wool. I love the wool. The wool gives us a beautiful, beautiful amount of money. It is absolutely glorious. You can really make your fortune with wool. Yes, admittedly, with the base game, it is a little bit more time consuming setting up the wool. I want to do that, and then I want to go like that. It's a little bit more time consuming. Well, not setting it up. It's a bit more time consuming. I'm going to deal with the pallets, because you get a few pallets spawn on this spot. You get 4 of them at 1,000 litres per thing, and then that's it. That's all you get. And to me, that's not really enough. Right, I'll bring them to there, and that's close enough. It's not quite how I'd want it, but as far as I'm concerned, that's close enough. And then we'll bring the trailer over this way. I'm going to spin round here like this. And we're going to go and put this tray. I'm going to stick the trailer back over onto the storage spot that we use for it, which is up here on the grass. Put that one there. I'm going to stop the whole thing. And we're going to go from there. We're going to jump over to you. Now, I've got some timber over there in the woods. And I got some timber over this side. Let's put the timescale back to 5 times again. So what I'll do is we'll grab a few more trees. A little clump of trees right here. I want to harvest these trees a second. And once we've done these, we'll then get the truck fired up. And we'll come over here. Bring that back a little bit, I guess. Yes, there. We'll get the truck fired up. We'll bring that back over here. And we will load up some of this timber. We'll take it up to the sawmill and we will sell it so that we get some more money. And then when we've done that, we should be just... Well, I'm hoping that the rain will have just about stopped. But if the rain hasn't stopped, then all we'll do is we will fast forward time and we will get the planting underway. I want to have the planting going, but I figure that, you know, rain stopping play, we can't just completely 100% skip the rain stop play. So if we do make sure that we are doing a few extra jobs today, that we would otherwise want to be doing while the planting is underway, I figure they're sort of representing us making use of some of the time while rain has stopped play. But we've also got then the inconvenience of having to go back and do things afterwards, after the rain gets going again. And why have I got a sandcastle in there? I've just realised I've got a sandcastle in there. I must have accidentally placed one down at some point when I was busy measuring things out. That definitely was not part of the master plan. I did not mean to go building sand castles in under the trees. I genuinely didn't see me doing that. I completely missed that. I'll sell it in a minute. I'll get rid of it. We'll move that one. Let's just chop this one here, and I'll bring you back, cut you, and drop you there. I'll get that tree. I'll get that branch in a minute. I just want to get this tree here, so that one's cutting out the way. That's going to allow us a little bit of room to maneuver around with our lorry and our timber trailer. And also, we need to move this one out the way so that we can see our sandcastle in order to sell it. I can't believe I've accidentally bought a sandcastle and built it in under the trees. Well, actually, I can believe it. That is something that I can easily believe now that I think about it. But anyway, it has happened. It is something that I have done. Let's go and take you. We will chop you off up there like that. That one has now vamooshed. And then we can take you. I'm going to drive you back under the trees a little bit so that you're out of the way. So that lot of trees in front of us, I'm going to be wanting to get rid of. Not get rid of. I'm going to keep those. But then these here on this side, these are ones that we are going to be getting rid of. Now, we want to go into here. We want to go to the garage. And we want to scroll through and find the sand castle we've accidentally built. There it is. Sand castle right there. Yes, I definitely do want to sell it. Okay, that one is now gone. We've gotten rid of the sand castle. It's left a little patch there on the ground. That's fine. We're quite happy with that one to have been left behind. Then we want to go to you. And I need to just check on here. We have got 2 piles on there. That's good. I'm going to load them ready to go straight to the mill on the truck rather than taking them back into the yard like I would normally. I'll switch it up to 30 times speed now, and we will get ready to start the actual loading. Now, I'm not sure what side it's loading on at the moment. Switch to right. So it's loading on the left right now. So what we'll do is we'll bring you into there like that, and then I will start loading. Right, it's not doing anything for a minute, so I want to go forward a little bit further. Still not doing anything. Why aren't you doing anything? Ah, there we go. Right, it's loading on the wrong thing. Now I can switch it to the other side and load those 2. I'll put straps on. Whenever I'm not loading, I'll put straps on so that the logs can't jump around too much, because otherwise they jump around and then they end up sort of getting spilled and going everywhere that we don't want them to go. So then I can take them off and I can... How are you switched already? You shouldn't be switched. How's it going to the back? Or oh, hang on. Need that to be loaded. There. 1, 2. Right. Turn you off and put the straps on. Now we can turn around over this side and get a couple there. We'll change sides just to get the next few. And then I can bring... You're going to go up along there like that. And straps off, load. Like that. Then I switch sides, load again. Turn them off, switch sides. And then we can go on up here. Right, we've got most of the full stack coming up through here, I reckon. We'll have we'll have a good chunk of it. Now, I just want to inch forward a little bit. Slowly does it now. Pull in that lot, because we've got that great big... We've got several big heaps of logs here. So if I go slowly, we will load them well. We will load them tidily. And I was at least able to leave these in a line and leave them looking pretty good up through here. We've still got to go slow. But so long as I can do that... How's that one doing? Right, we got one log that's just out off to the side. There's only the one. Bring you over that way a little bit, I think. Oh, there. Still go slow. Are you yeah, I was going to say, is it actually going to start loading anytime soon? it really doesn't like to, like, sometimes you look at it and you see the way that it's like trying to lay out, and it makes no sense whatsoever. Like, it really does make no sense where the loading point is. Like, why is it not actually picking up the logs? And you look at it and you look at it and you think it doesn't make any sense at all here. Where's the actual load point? Where's it grabbing them from? See, it'll pull them all the way from back there, and then it will also pull them in from really, really close as well, but not quite the same position on the trailer. It's like, it's almost like it's diagonal. That's kind of what it looks like. It's like it's gone diagonal on it somewhere. Right, so far so good. I want to get some more in the middle of that bit. Right, that one up the front. Dropping down the side there is no good to us, so we will do that and load you up again, and then I will swap you back over to the other side, and I will come over here like this, and stop about there, and then load them up again. Put a couple at the front. I don't know if that's going to work or not. I've still got one more. There we go. Straps on again. And now we come down here. This is, I'll tell you what, we're actually getting more logs on here than I thought we might. I do need to swap sides for this. So change that one over. I'll take the straps off, and then we put these going again. I've got 4 logs in there to load up. And then straps on, and we move on up a little bit further. And it's this mess of logs here that should finish doing the load. So we'll stop there like that, and then I can start loading a few of these on. There's one there behind us. I have to go back a little bit to get that one. I think I have to go back up to there like that. Oh, okay. I had to go back further than I thought to be able to get that one. Now we'll come in over this way like this. And there's a big lot of logs right here. So then we can get that lot. I'll start loading them up. And it's not going to take very many of them, is it? It's going to decide to stop now and not play ball. Get that one in there. Okay, I've stopped again. Now I'm going to reverse up, and I'm going to just try and get a few more. We can get more. We can squeeze more on here. I want a really big load this time. The biggest load that I can possibly get, I think. It's going to be a monster load, and we will have just enough time to be able to sell it today as well. Let's take those straps off. Yeah, now we've just made a terrible mess everywhere. Is it going to load? Right, it's still sort of loading. Let's switch over to the front and do it again. And then that is everything except for that one log right there, which I actually want to get rid of. Okay, so I got 2 logs here. That one's now moved and gone on there. I want to change sides a minute, and I'll back up a little bit, just as I just wanted to get that one log there. That one's trying to fall off and cause problems, but it's not going to cause problems. Now we can turn that off, and we can put the straps on. I don't think I'm going to get any more than that. I think that is about it for the logs that we're going to get on. It's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. It's still raining. So I'm just going to leave this ticking along on 30 times speed for now. And we're going to get this one down to the lumber mill, and we're going to sell it. And then that is all we're going to have time for today. We're going to have to wait until the morning before we can do our planting, because even if it does stop raining immediately, the ground is still going to be a bit wet. We are not going to want to try and do any planting with the ground soggy like that. I mean, yes, real life, we'd wait longer than that, but considering that it takes 2 days or 3 days from planting to full harvest, I think doing an overnight in the game is actually representing enough passage of time for us to say, yeah, it's probably dried out by now, considering that's actually representing... Ooh, I mean, what are we looking at? We're looking at 3 days, I think, for each crop, aren't we? It's 3 days from planting to harvest. So we're looking at about 2 months per day. So if we go overnight, that's about 6 weeks. 4 to 6 weeks. I think that's plenty of time to wait for the ground to dry out after a shower of rain. Of quite possibly it's a little bit excessive when it comes to waiting for the ground to dry out. But it's alright. It doesn't really matter all that much. So we'll bring you in around here. I will slow it down just for actually doing the unloading, in case it decides to do anything weird. Get a little bit hinky with us. We don't want it to do that. So we'll bring you to there. We will take all of those straps off. We will run over to here, and we will go, boom. $35,000 to start off with. Then we will drop that lot down there. I've got one more log up there. We'll get that one in a minute. There is another 10, so that's $45,000. Now we will do this whole game. There we go. Right, $45,000 so far, and you in here as well. That makes $46,000 from our timber for that one load. We've done better than that, haven't we? We have gone in excess of $50,000 before now. But I think $45,000 for one load of timber is still pretty good. Like, we didn't have all that, we had a lot of smaller trees in that, didn't we? I think so. We had a lot of the slightly thinner logs, and those definitely don't bring in the money like the really... If we had all big trees, and we were only taking the biggest logs, that's where the real money is. That's where you get the really big cash coming in. But we made enough out of it. We've made a reasonable bit there. We're on $250,000 now, which means that we're getting very close to being able to afford the cattle pen that we want to get. So I'll bring you in over here. I'm not going to load up anymore now. We're going to leave that one right there like that. We've got the tree harvester ready to go, but we'll do some more of that another time. We're not going to do it now. We're going to actually... I was wondering whether we should tidy up the yard a bit. What are the animals looking like? Let's have a look in here. 37%. I mean, they're pretty good for most of it. They're fine for food. It's just that cleanliness. We could do with cleaning the animals up a bit. Maybe we'll do that at the beginning of our next episode. So I'll start getting things ready for that. If you have enjoyed this episode, then please head down below and give us a like. And if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me. Get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. And until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.